right, guys, welcome back into Above Ground World News Live. We got all kinds of information to get into tonight. We actually center this video of all this military movement going on out here in California. We're talking tons and tons of tanks and just all kinds of these military, brand new looking links down in the description, but crazy amount of military info, and it got me digging just a little bit. And I went back here to like January 11th when they said they were starting to withdraw the military from Syria. Well, most of these went to Iraq supposedly, but these are all used, man. These things are brand new that are being shipped around. And then on top of that, you had suspicious details in the incident where the U.S. soldiers were disarmed by Mexican troops on the U.S. side of the border. A couple days ago, Mexican troops reportedly came over into the U.S. territory near El Paso in an unmarked vehicle on April 13 and disarmed the U.S. soldiers on the U.S. side. So I didn't get into all this a whole lot, but I got all the links in the description if you guys want to check that stuff out. Just kind of heads up type stuff there. And check this out, Indonesia Island, 5 dead. Now this was just a couple weeks ago, but there was this giant oil spill that's larger than Paris ravages Indonesian island. So this is another thing to add to the aerosols up in the sky, man. I'm telling you, they're going to send us into an ice age with all this madness that's going on. So this is just crazy, man. So just more stuff, more particulates, more dead animals and all that crap out there. Like I said, links are in the description. The Philippines got hit by another earthquake at 6.4. Tons of people are dead. And there's a bunch of videos here you guys can check out if you want to, showing I think a pool or something just got knocked all the way off the top of that building. Check that crazy stuff out. So just insane stuff going on around the world. And we're trying to make heads or tails of this. Hey, JJ Boone, haven't seen you out there in a while. Much love out there, brother. All right, here we go. Let's dig into some more crazy news. Mini nukes and mosquito-like robot weapons being primed for future warfare. What do you mean future? It's already going on now. Several countries are developing nano weapons that could unleash attacks using mini nuclear bombs and insect-like lethal robots. This is already going on. The ejection by the bugs, man. So it's just man-made mosquitoes and all kinds of crazy stuff. I'm telling you, we got mad men running this place. But nanobots, man, that's a real concern about wiping out humanity because they can be weapons of mass destruction. So anyway, I'll leave the link. I'm not going to dig into all this just because we got so much to try to cover before they start buffering us too bad. Oh yeah, and DARPA's in on this. The Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, or DARPA, has a program called Fast Lightweight Autonomy Program for the purpose to allow autonomous drones to enter a building and avoid hitting walls or objects. DARPA announced the breakthrough. Man, they're way ahead of that. Got a cough here. You also have micro explosives in these nano weapons. And there's something else about this stuff right here. And I think I got it right up here somewhere here. Yeah, we'll get into it whenever we get there. I didn't have this in any certain order or nothing. So then I ran across this. Engineers create lifelike material with artificial metabolism. Hey, thanks there, Sherry. Yeah, the link for Jane's video's up down there in the description, top link. So yeah, check that video out. Makes you wonder what they're setting up for Yeah, I don't think I'll get into this article right now. Okay, here's one probably everybody wants to know about. The insects are dying off at record rates. An ominous sign we're in the middle of the sixth mass extinction. Roughly 40% of the world's insect species are in decline. And I mean, I can tell you, I can vouch for this. Like when we first moved on this property, we were infested by ticks and bees and hornets and nothing the last year and a half. We have no bugs. They're gone. The die-offs are happening primarily because insects are losing their habitats to farming and urbanization. That's a lie. They're going to blame the farming? Well, I do see the use of pesticides and fertilizers is also to blame, as is climate change. See, everything they list here is a lie. Except for the Monsanto spraying. How about when they spray for the Zika virus and the all the stuff like that, man, where they killed off millions and millions of bees? Spray in the sky. That's the government doing it. That's not the farming. Oh, man, so much more to this than that. The study's author said that repercussions of the loss of Earth's insects could be catastrophic. We're already there. And, we're going to see just how bad this gets anyway, man. So, they lie about the causes. Is it happening? Yes. But the causes, all a lie. We know what's happening. Most of us do out here. Scientists use CRISPR to turn a cell into a biological computer. Now, this is some pretty crazy research. Scientists say they gene hacked a human cell using CRISPR tech to turn it into a tiny biological computer complete with cellular analog of dual core processing. The squishy little CPU could eventually lead to powerful computers housed entirely within a cell. It makes you wonder, is why all these crazy rich elites are alive so long, man? Maybe they got some of these in them. So, crazy research right here. And then here we go. Fibromyalgia, I can't even say it tonight, hurts. Exposure to electrosmog, phone radiation, dirty electricity, EMF, Wi-Fi, and that's kind of stuff is making the pain worse. We can all relate to that. On top of the chem fog that they are deploying all over the map, which we'll get into. Man, it's just crazy what they're doing. The electromagnetic fog, I call it the fog, or you can call it exposure, whatever you want. But with all this 5G rolling out, man, we're already inundated with all the cell phone towers, all the Wi-Fi, all the microwave dishes. Then you want to add in the millimeter waves and the space-based, they're just going to wipe everything out. This is going to freak out all the rest of the bugs that are still alive, and all the animals are going to be doing crazy stuff. They must be stopped, man. One way or another, they got to be stopped. Oh, here, let's listen to a little bit of this.
You might not realize it, but every day you probably come into contact with nanoparticles, these super tiny pieces of material that are in many of the things that we touch, wear, and even eat. I'm Carolyn Wilkie, a graduate researcher at Northwestern University, and I study these nanoparticles as new contaminants in the environment. What makes nanoparticles so special is their small size. They're around 100 times smaller than the size of one of our red blood cells. Nanoparticles live in this in-between land, between atoms and regular-sized objects. And at this small size, they gain many new and exciting properties that can make them look and act completely different than the same material at regular sizes. This makes them useful in many different applications. For instance, they can be used to deliver drugs to hard-to-reach parts of the human body, and they can also be used to make our electronics work even faster. However, nanoparticles also show up in many places where we don't really need them, like clothing, personal care products, and even food. As more and more nanoparticles are used,
So how about that? So on top of the the electromagnetic radiation smog, the radiation pollution, now we have nanoparticulate pollution, nanobots to join the toxic air that they're already making us breathe. Man, I'm telling you, we're gonna have to walk around with full face respirators. They can, I don't even know if you can stop nanoparticulates, but anyway, I'll leave this link for this video here, and we're going to be jumping in because there's a mass shipping operation, military weather warfare going on here right off the same coast that Jane Trade did her video where they're showing tons of military equipment being moved. But what we're looking at here is all these yellow lines. This is a huge shipping operation for weather warfare. This is bunker fuel. This is ships. These are not chemtrails. This is called cloud brightening. And then back in the back side of this, now you can see all the cloud seeding going along with it. So you have planes and you have a mass ship operation out here to control the weather. And then what I want you to note is look at the signature at these clouds. These are not normal clouds. These things are being hit with electromagnetic pulses. And I know a company that uses this technology, and we've seen these same clouds with this guy's technology right here. This David Miles of Miles Research, the tornado mitigation for cities and towns. So this guy here, just back on March 29th, he says, I'm surprised ABC Victoria failed to report my 20-day rainfall project last October when it saved many farmers across from heavy losses. He put the fires out down in Tasmania. Here's another one. Here's an example of material difference delivered through weather moderation in support of firefighting in Tasmania. Here's what the forecast was. It was showing a drought after he used the electromagnetic ground-based radars. This is what he did. He basically flooded the place out. And then he is holding the weather for ransom for $100 million to protect against major floods, storms, and fire threats. So if you give this guy $100 million, he'll keep the fires away. He'll keep the fire threats down. The technology's there. It's being deployed, and we're seeing it right now off the West Coast. This is a spraying operations is going up into Oregon. If you really zoom in down here, right off the coast of Eureka, Willis. Look at the X in the sky. X marks the spot all the way down to San Francisco. You know, this thing, we'll see on the weather maps where this baby's hitting, but they're definitely pumping it full of the bunker fuel, the most toxic emissions on the planet. This is worse than the oil spill. So crazy stuff going on here, and the spraying operation just got a little bit worse down here in the Bajas. We've seen this coming. We knew they were going to spray here, and now here it is. You got mega grids all the way through Mexico, right across into Texas. They're flooding Texas out right now. And if you go on up, it's really pretty damn cool on the backside. As you got a spraying operation right here in South Dakota, one big old fat liner spreading out. North Dakota's being hit, Montana, all the way up into Canada. They're cloud seeding the upper part of this storm, the whole backside. Iowa's getting bombarded, Cedar Rapids. Looks like all through Illinois. Kentucky, you're getting waxed. We could check the layers here. Tennessee, you're getting hammered. It looks like it's pretty clear over here until you zoom in. Look down here and we click the layers here, because I did see, like, I had this on a certain spot I wanted to look at here. Let me get it back. Yeah, here it is. So when you zoom down in on here, you can see they're playing tic-tac-toe up here in the sky. Nothing about these are water vapor. Nothing about these are normal clouds. This is a weather program. This is a cloud seeding, cloud steering program. We see it nightly, and you can see, You got this cyclonic look out here that's been completely cloud seeded and steered. And look, they're still spraying all the way up on the north side of this. They're going to send this over to Europe. And we'll watch the spraying operation stay right out ahead of that thing. You know, you got clouds and thousands of miles in straight lines. It's not even possible in nature unless it's being controlled. So you got like segmented spraying down here in South Carolina. So they're setting you up for all this to come straight on over right here. This will be where the storm is. You know, they're trying to park this system over Texas, which they've done a pretty good job of it. And we got some weird flight paths down here off of Louisiana, Florida, just all through the whole Gulf of Mexico. But what I wanted to show you is these clouds up here. Let's go zoom back in on this. These are the same signature clouds we've seen when David Miles was doing the steering of the atmospheric river down in Tasmania. Check this out down here. Let me get down there. Check this out. So we have a giant clear spot right here, but we have the same cloud signatures. And what the heck is this thing up here? So we're seeing some crazy manipulation down here by the Antarctica. We also have seeding operations. Look at the colors of that stuff. So it's like they ate a hole through the ionosphere down through the cloud deck, and they're creating some kind of vortex down here. I don't know what the heck they're doing yet, but we'll keep her on it. Let me try checking the layer here. I don't know if we'll get this to load or not. We'll try. That's why I zoom in and out. Sometimes it helps get it to load. Try the other layer. So yeah, it looks like they blew a hole all the way through the clouds. It doesn't look like it's going to load too good down here. Oh, maybe it started to load. Yeah, so crazy cloud signatures. These are in no way normal clouds whatsoever. You want to see normal clouds, you got to go over here. The only spot in the world probably that has normal clouds. Probably have to click the layer. You know, the white puffy clouds. That's probably not a very good. I thought I had this loaded up. Yeah, there's a few white puffy clouds. There is a spraying operation right here, though. So they're going to get some leftovers from this spraying operation. Oh, yeah, definitely. So they may only get hit for the 4th time this year by some trails, by some cloud seeding operations. Then you got a mega one here over Turkey, over the Black Sea, going up into Romania. And it's mixed with the Saharan dust, man. The dust, all the dust from the Sahara Desert is mixed in with this. They got dust all over their cars, all over the place. It's nasty. I've seen a bunch of photos from all the dust. It's just all over everything up here. We're talking PM 2.5s. Just kind of zooming in there. So you still got the spraying operation way up here in the north, in the Norwegian Sea. It's not going to load real good for us there. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at Australia, where the Miles Research Company is at it. Look at this fat liner right over the center of Perth. Look at that thing. That thing's going to drift out into a monster cloud. You had a couple real thin lines. So you have a major cloud where you think these flights are coming out of Antarctica. No. These are intentional flights. They're trying to pull the atmospheric river up. And here you go. There's just some information on that. Down here in New Zealand, they've been getting hammered all the time, too. You got to really zoom in to catch these guys down here, but they're definitely spraying New Zealand. So it looks like they're working the whole atmospheric river down here. And, of course, we do need to look up here in the Sea of Japan. Whatever hits Japan, they're going to send it our way because there's an actual weather war going on that nobody talks about. but it's definitely going on. You can see in Japan, they're cloud seeding, you know, big time up here. So this is a mega aerosols. I mean, what is wrong with the color up here? What are they doing up here? So you got some toxic stuff going on all over South Korea, parts of North Korea. Everybody's getting bombarded out here all the way down. So that stuff's going to be heading our way here in a few days. And of course, there's the ship tracks from yesterday, and it looks like a skull. It looks like some kind of skull or a face within a face. So that's pretty creepy looking right there. The clouds always give us signs of what's going on. We better go check the mimic map. Let's get out of that thing right there. Yeah, Orville Dam, I was wanting to look at that, man. They're working on that thing at night. Wow, we got a Cyclone Kenneth down here. So right there off the coast of Madagascar, they've already been devastated by a freak cyclone, a man-made cyclone. Then we have Tropical Storm Lorena. We're going to have to take a look at this. You guys probably won't be able to see this box. Holy crap, it's going to hit almost in the, it's going to hit a little farther north. Here, I can bring this in here. Let me bring this in to you guys so you can see it. And we need a window capture. All right, let me expand this out for you guys so you can see what I'm looking at. So it's just going to hit as a category 2. And, you know, that one cyclone, they formed it right here, right over this island right here. And then it just blasted right there and just killed thousands of people. And let's put a little animation on this, see what it looks like. Yeah, everybody needs to detox. Everybody needs to, you know, distill your water, filter your water. Do anything you can to try to keep away from having to go to the doctor. Oh, wow, it's not going to load for us? Are you kidding me? Try the IR. Green. Yeah, you know, that's not even counting our weak magnetic field. So why is this thing running so crappy here? Maybe if I zoom out, anything going to help this thing load? All right, we'll come back to that. Let me see if I can get the Mimic 2 to load. They're probably hitting us right now. They don't want the information getting out. Wow, it's weird. It won't load. What is wrong with this thing? Can we get to visible? Can we get anything? Welcome in, everybody out there. Much love. Glad you could join us. Nice crowd out there tonight. Yeah, so yeah, it's probably going down pretty soon. I don't think it'll go down till they get everything in place, you know. Right now, we're just following all the signs until they get the 5G, till they get, you know, where they can track every single person every minute of the day. I don't think it'll go down till then, but who knows? I don't predict that kind of stuff at all. Yeah, well, yeah, hopefully my wife's tests come out, you know, okay, because she's a big part of this team, and I need her, so... All right, so here we are looking at this thing. Let's go ahead and click that. So the thing's doing like an eye wall replacement right now. So we'll keep our eyes on this thing, and we'll update tomorrow sometime, and we'll check that back out. Let's just check a quick look here. You guys may not be able to see this. So that one's going to be a category 1, also heading southeast, so it's going to go down towards Australia, but it'll never hit Australia, man. Everything shifts that way. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the Mimic. And just like we knew this is where the atmospheric river was going to go. Check that out. It's right where we said it would be. Exactly. We had a beam come down from the ionospheric heater. It was way up in here, and now look, right North America, it's going right into North California and Oregon. And you can see down here, I'm just kind of looking at that, see if it's getting hit by anything. Hey, thanks there, Bamboo. And that's weird. The other cyclone really hasn't formed into anything yet. So it's just a mess out there. And they're also pulling the atmospheric river right up through the Gulf of Mexico. We got all kinds of more flashes there. Let me zoom in on that because there's some fishy stuff going on there. Hey, thanks there, Tammy. Much love to you, everybody out there. We're all in this together. Got to all keep our eyes to the skies, and we can't have fear, man. You can't let all this craziness make you scared, because then you don't make good decisions. You know who's on your side. So, oh man, look at that flash. So they completely pulse the atmospheric river out. We can see the weird signatures right there. We're getting a double hit. And that's right where they got all the clouds looking all freaky. And this is what David Miles' research company does. He steers this atmospheric river here. You don't believe me? Let's listen to it from him. Let's listen to him, what he says here.
We can bring in the oceanic rain, and we need to be conscious that it's not about delivering rain on land. It's about nurturing a rain system that can promote agriculture and protect the people involved. So in all cases we want to make sure we don't get flooding, but we can deliver timely rain in a gentle soaking manner into agricultural targets. Technology relies on a signal that we're able to generate that triggers a response from atmospheric patterns. So we're able to observe this using satellite meteorology, extensively available now to everyone who's got access to broadband internet. But we're able to utilize that signal sent in sequence to generate a incremental deviation in the flow path of these oceanic atmospheric rivers. So the source is the ocean, of course. The vapor precipitable moisture flow is in the atmosphere. The winds drive this with the pressure systems adjusting the path of least resistance, but our technology is able to interface that and hack into it, if you like, and make some micro adjustments to allow deviations to occur in the flow pathways. And this is how we broke the drought in Australia in 2005. This is how we put out the fires of Victoria from Black Saturday in 2009. This is how we delivered rain in the desert in Saudi Arabia in 2007 and snow for the first time in history in 2004 in United Arab Emirates. There's been other projects above the radar and some under the radar, but today for the first time we're putting our hand up in front of the media to say this is available. We're going to run this project here to break the drought in the Horn of Africa. We're meeting with Cabinet, Federal Cabinet for Kenya and the Prime Minister and other parties and authorities in the region. We've met extensively with United Nations teams and agencies, and we're planning to do this in the most careful manner. Firstly, to bring some gentle rain in to give food for the food for the cattle and the livestock, so milk can be produced, so that human survivability can go up. Once that survivability's gone up, then we can look at more substantial rains that can be suitable for crop.
What is this technology?
Essentially, we're drawing oceanic rain systems that exist over the oceans into geographic targets, into our agricultural areas. The technology uses electromagnetics, so we're not interfering with the atmosphere or with the environment. We're not damaging it. We're not using chemicals fired.
He was getting ready to say we're not using chemicals fired through rockets, but they're madmen, man. They're playing God, and God's gonna slap them in the face here real soon. So yeah, man, that's what's going on. Anyway, let's go check the Let me get a couple things loading here. Looks like the stream's back in place. But yeah, man, that guy right there, he's the one that flooded out Texas in 2012. There's an article out called How Texas Stole California's Rain. He's responsible for that. He come over here and he used the military radars to steer the atmospheric river up, just like they are doing in Paradise, just like they did in Paradise, California, to wash away the evidence, just like they're doing right now at the West Coast and here in the Gulf of Mexico. It's all being controlled. And, man, we try to provide evidence of this every day. And we got everything to back it up, man. We could take all this stuff to a court of law if the laws wasn't corrupt, if the place wasn't all corrupt, and we could have something done about this, but that's not the way it is. Let's go ahead and jump into the check out what we got coming. Let's check the forecast models. Yeah, it's pretty crazy what they get away with, man. There's been so much human testing on us that we don't even know about. I mean, just look at what they did in St. Louis a long time ago down in Texas. So we got some wicked storms getting ready to happen right here in the heart of Texas here in about 30 hours from now, Thursday, April 25th. We're looking at mega tornado outbreaks. We're looking at super heavy rain. We're looking at over 10 inches of rain right here. We'll look at the rain models, and that sucker's going to split off into two. So this is going to be one to watch. We warned about this a couple of weeks ago. This is the same storm. Another flood and wind event. Once it gets up to the northeast, and the winds are going to tighten up. And then we still have snow. We have snow all over Minnesota, Wisconsin, South Dakota on April 27th. Look at this. We have a blizzard on April 28th. So, pretty nuts, man. That's why, and a lot of this, on top of the weather warfare that's causing this, you got to go back and look at all the fires that went on, all the volcanic activity that went on, the solar minimum that's going on. All this goes into why we're going to actually cool down. The planet's not going to warm. We're actually being inundated with all kinds of particulate matter. In fact, let me just prove it to you right now. Let's jump over to the Earth. No. I'm going to prove to you right now that we are screwed right now because of the madman that's running this stuff. So we're going to go right now. We're going to go check the carbon monoxide concentration at the surface. And look right over here. Look where all the heavy aerosols are being deployed. We're off the chart. It don't even register that high. So you need to check your air quality alert. We're looking at 479 parts per million volume. But what I really want to show you, it looks a little darker today. That's weird. So it's like what they do to the models. Let me check this. Let's go back like 1 month. Let's go back 1 month. Because something don't look right. It looks like they might have changed something here. I think they changed something. Are they screwing with the maps? Let me get it back on now. Let's go back to 2016. And it actually looks like better graphics. Let's get this to load. And we'll probably be buffering. So, okay, so here we go. If the video and audio is lined up, this is 2016 right here. Notice how dark the colors are. This is 2016. And the darker the colors, the cleaner the air. All right. So now, after all the fires that's gone on the last few years, all the volcanoes that's put particulates up, and then you add in all the chemtrails and all the spraying operations that are trapping this crap in. Let me put it on now. Check out the color difference. It's going to be mind-blowing if you haven't seen this before. Look at that. Look at the color difference. Look how light that is. We are in a pretty bad situation here with the carbon dioxide. And you can always add in the PM 2.5 particulate matter. This is a carcinogen. And it's actually looking a little better. But look, they pumped all that Saharan dust straight up into Iceland and the UK and Italy. So they're all getting bombarded with this stuff. This is poison. Let's go check Australia. They're getting inundated too. But yeah, man, that's pretty scary stuff right there when you look at the carbon dioxide. And while we're here, let's check out the polar vortex winds. They've shifted to the south just like we knew. Look, there's very little polar vortex wind up here. Where did it all go? It's down in the southern hemisphere. What the heck is going on down here? Look at that. That's a normal polar vortex. That's what it should have looked like back in November before the rapid heating event that caused the polar vortex winds that shift over the United States. And we documented how Russia or China, or at least that area, the ionospheric heater was pushing the cold over. And then it got too far, so they pushed it from the other way and parked it right over the United States for almost 30 days. All documented. Just go back and watch the videos. It's all there. Let's go ahead and check out the 3-hour precipitation forecast. Take this up a day or two. Look at that. What is that showing us right there? Let's figure out how much that is. That's 4 inches of rain in 3 hours. That is monsoon season right there. Let's go up another day. So, yeah, we got mega rains coming in there for Texas. In fact, let me go ahead and check the total precipitation amounts. This will give us a good idea where the targets are for the flooding. Look, they have a weather plan. That's how how we can be so accurate for 16 days. Raytheon develops a weather plan, sends it out to all the sock puppet meteorologists. They put their spin on it when we can forecast it exactly right 16 days out. Never been wrong. And it's all because they're going to the plan. They're following the plan. If it don't follow the plan, they just messed up. They overseeded or they did something wrong. So let's just go ahead and we're going to pull this up for the 16 days of moisture. And this is going to tell us exactly where the flooding targets are. So we have a major flooding target going all the way through the center of Texas up into Oklahoma. The Mississippi River, the Ohio Valley up in here, everywhere up in here is a major target. And if we look over here right at the border of Wyoming, we're looking at almost 14 inches of moisture up here. So we're talking a big amount of moisture here over the next 16 days. In fact, I could put it on the next 24-hour precipitation just to get a better idea of this next little system. It's actually not a little system. It's a big badass system. So we can get that back. So here's where the rain's going to hit over the next 30 hours, 36 hours. Now we're in the darks, man. We're almost in the red, 6 to 7 inches of rain. Look at that. It's just going to kind of park over the center there. And we're going to get a pretty good flow. And this is all because they're steering the atmospheric river, man. It's all this is a plan. It's a weather plan. We call it the weather plan. So there you go. Let's go ahead and jump in to the radar here. We'll see what we can pick up here. We know the ship tracks are going on. We know they're deploying the bunker fuel. So I just want to see if we can catch the super big spraying operations. and all that stuff. So yeah, the big operations looks like they're going to be over here on the West Coast. I mean, we can see the little sporadic spraying over here. Let's jump in over here. We're going to try to show you the ship tracks too. We'll show you the spraying operations out of the ships. So wow, yeah, this is going to be, I might need to go a little farther north. I guess we can go ahead and check this one out. And we still have that weird anomaly going on. Whoa, what is this crap here? Wow, it's just disappeared. So what is going on here? Hold on, let me disable that. Wow, it's like the information just disappeared. Holy crap. I may have to reload this because it just went, the whole radar like went blue screen. Oh, there it is. Okay, now we're back online there. Wow. That's a first. So, yeah, all the heavy aerosols are being deployed right at the border out here off the coast. That's how they're steering the system, guys. They're spraying the crap out. They're cloud seeding like crazy. And then they're using the ground-based radars to pull this in. They get all the metal particles in there, and it's like a computer system. And they just tell it where to go, man. There it is. We're going to move up north just a little bit because that's insane right there. Insane spraying operation. And then we'll move over a little bit west and try to pick up the ship tracks, the bunker fuel being deployed. So look at this. There's that anomaly even stronger today. And the time stamp on this is 1909 UTC. So this would be, what's that, around 8 o'clock? I might be wrong on that, but so super grid patterns, just back and forth over the border. Then out here off the coast, you got mega spraying. Try to get this to load all the way through. And what we're going to do tonight, guys, I didn't try to stream over on DLIVE with this just because we buffered a little bit yesterday. So tonight, after this show, I'm going to restream this broadcast over on DLIVE and over on Twitch. And that way we can get it out as far as we can. I want to thank everybody for sharing this stuff out because it needs to be told, man. While I'm still around, I got to get this message out that this stuff is going on, and we document it nightly. Yeah, I'm thinking about putting my garden inside a, inside a greenhouse. I'm going to try to figure out the cheapest way to build a greenhouse with just some plastic and cheap wood or even used wood or something. Oh yeah, they definitely spray the flu, man. It's called they call it the thunderstorm asthma, man. It's the chemtrail asthma. So just mega spraying operation. Hopefully that is coming out clear enough for you. We could try it on the microphysics, see if that pulls it out. But yeah, man, it's going on every day. You can see the dark blue lines. That's the spraying operations right there. I may have to turn off look at them big liners over there. I may have to turn the this part off. There we go. Yeah, now you can see it much better. Look at that big fat liner way up there in the north. And we'll let this load real good because, man, that's a heavy duty deployment by sea and air. So while I got it there, let's go ahead and try to look at the ship tracks. So let me check this out. Let's go off here into the west. And we should be able to pick them ship tracks up right here. Maybe a little farther north. Try that one. Oh yeah, I can already see them right there. I don't know if you guys will be able to see them. We'll let this load. Oh wow, look, there they are right there. That's all the ship tracks. Look, they're in the white lines, so you can tell it's a different spray. The dark blue lines is the aerosols by the air, and these white lines are these ship tracks. So they're putting a two-part mix up into the sky, and it's a fleet of them, man. It's not fishing vessels out there. These are military ships deploying this stuff right there. That's being deployed. That's for a purpose. That's to change the weather patterns. Whoa, what is that? That was weird. We're getting some disturbance in this thing too. So this is really having a hard time loading tonight. But the stream's looking good. Nice crowd out there. Much love, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Make sure you share this stuff out, man. Make sure people get to see this information, man, because we need a lot more people awake to what is going on. The weather is not natural in any shape, way, or form. It's all manipulated. All right, so that's we'll put this back on the cirrus clouds. Cirrus clouds really stand for chemtrails. You know, they always give these different terms to fake you out. It's just a head fake. That's all it is. All right, let's get that playing. All right, guys, so I think we're going to call this a show. I want to thank everybody out there for joining us. Much love. Thanks to everybody that shares this information, everybody that helps get this information out. If you guys like heavy rock and roll, we're going to end the night with the song called Rise, because that's what we need to do. We need to rise. So crank it up. I'll come join you in chat. Much love out there. God bless. Be safe and no fear. Keep your eyes to the skies, man. All right, here we go, guys.